श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री श्री राधा श्याम सुंदर की जय। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवर धारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवर धारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवर धारी। जय राधा जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवर धारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवर धारी। जय राधा जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवर धारी। जय राधा जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवर धारी। जय राधा माधव जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवर धारी। जय राधा माधव हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare. Hare Hare. Jai Shri Radha Madhav ki Jai, Shri Radha Shyam Sundar ki Jai, Gaur Nitai ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. We'll start with this prayer for invoking auspiciousness. It is a longer prayer. Those who are attending the Bhagavad Gita classes or Bhakti Shastri courses earlier, they probably know this. So we will recite this together. Om Adhyanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaiham Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagadpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. The topic is Art of Seeking Forgiveness and Forgiving. Now this is a very important topic, as I am saying, as I said earlier, that this relationships get spoiled very often just because the forgiveness is not there. First of all, we are reluctant to ask for forgiveness. And even if someone is asking for forgiveness, we are reluctant to give it. So, I thought that this is such an important topic. And the reason it is an important topic, when do we require forgiveness? You made some mistake. How many of you make mistake? Isn't it? We all make mistakes. What are the 4 defects that we have? Someone can raise hands and tell me what are the 4 defects that we have. There is no prize, Mataji. Sudharma Mataji. Yes. Imperfect senses that we have. What are all 4 defects, Prabhuji? So we have imperfect senses. We commit mistakes. We get illusioned. And then we have cheating tendency. Right? So, we all are prone to make mistakes. And that is why it is said, to err is human. If you are human, you are all humans, right here? Okay. So, for all humans, it is natural. Natural means, it is in our nature. What nature do we have? Nature made of 3 modes of material nature. Goodness, passion and ignorance. And because of this, because we are conditioned in these 3 modes. Is everything alright at the back? What happened? So, to make errors, to make mistakes is common. It is not going to happen that a day has gone by and we haven't made a mistake. I'll just give you an example. Today we left from home and we were supposed to pick up Parikshit Prabhu. So for like a very temporary phase from Newlands to Johnsonville, I kept a dabba made of, like, which is full of Shrikhand on car seat. I said, it's okay, then afterwards Prabhu is going to sit there and it will be packed, so no problem. We just went 500 meters and it fell down. So I stopped. Good that the lid was tightly closed. I stopped and I lifted that. I came out, I lifted the box and I kept it properly again. I said, now it is fine. I sat, I started driving. 500 meters, it fell down and it opened. I said, oh Krishna, we have just started the travel. But by Krishna's mercy, there were 2 dabbas of Shrikhand and only this dabba as well, only little bit it opened and only this much of Shrikhand came out in the car. And you never prepare for these things, right? So I had to open my bags to find some plastic bags. I have to use my hands to fill it up. I have to find a dustbin to throw it away. Then all the drama that happened. So mistakes happen. Don't worry, you still are going to get Shrikhand, I think tomorrow or day after tomorrow. And it was not the Shrikhand which was fallen into my car. That Shrikhand which was on the car is already gone. So don't worry. So mistakes happen. And of course, someone had put a lot of effort while making a Shrikhand. Who was sitting next to me? You imagine. Yeah, what would have happened? And this is just the beginning of the 2 hours journey. She is very forgiving. Within, I think, probably 10 minutes she had forgiven me. I had to just hear about it for 10 minutes, but afterwards, she had forgiven me. So, we make so many mistakes. So, we do not have to actually make any extra effort for making mistakes. They automatically happen from our side. And when we are making mistakes, someone is going to get hurt. And sometimes the mistake is not done purposely, like I have done today. You are listening, right? Again. So some mistakes are done intentionally and some happens coincidentally. So if we have done some mistake purposely, then the person's hurt is even more. For example, in anger, if I take the Shrikhanda dabba and throw on the floor, then I am sure that I will never be forgiven. Right? But if it has like just by mistake it has fallen, so automatically there is some compassion that automatically comes up. Sorry, it was not by mistake that I have done. So automatically it happens, and then it is easy. See, she was not listening. So when we actually make mistakes, then someone is going to get hurt. And imagine if you in that situation do not seek forgiveness, you do not apologize, then it is going to create some misunderstanding, some problems in that relationship. And so suppose some case you are seeking the forgiveness, but the other person doesn't forgive, then again the relationship is going to have problems. And this is where this topic is so important, because we make so many mistakes. Sometimes we don't even know that we have made mistakes. And that is why we need to understand how to know that we require forgiveness and how to seek forgiveness. And if someone is seeking forgiveness from you, how to forgive. So these three things we are going to cover in these three sessions that we are doing. So this entire seminar is based on Srimad Bhagavatam. There are various different pastimes that we are going to take from Srimad Bhagavatam. And I have heard so many lectures on this topic. And most of the content from this seminar is based on the seminar from His Grace Radhika Raman Prabhu. But the inspiration came from His Grace Mahatma Prabhu as well. I have also heard lectures from Her Grace Urmila Mataji, then His Grace Vrajavihari Prabhu, also His Grace Gauranga Darshan Prabhu. So many different Vaishnavas that I was hearing just to understand the realizations of these great Vaishnavas, so that I can actually share all of them with you in these 3 days that we are here, 3 sessions. No problem, I'm okay. So, we are, when we are actually making mistakes, for example, when I made a mistake today. So what is the default thing that is there in our heart? Anyone who makes mistakes, what is the default desire that we have in our heart? No, when we have made mistake and we are asking for forgiveness, what are we expecting? Others will forgive us. Okay? But at the same time, someone else has done some offense towards us. What is our default tendency that what should happen? Prabhuji is saying that till the time somebody doesn't get hold of Mukesh Prabhuji's lotus feet and he begs forgiveness for a long, long time, till the time he is not going to forgive him. No, but in general, if somebody has offended us and hurt us, what do we expect for that person? Like what should happen to that person? He should come and ask forgiveness. He should learn a lesson, right? When we make mistake, we want forgiveness. We expect mercy. But when somebody else does a mistake towards us, what we require or what we want is justice for them. That I have been suffering, you should suffer. Right? We have this revengeful attitude that I have been suffering. You have offended me. I am feeling hurt for such a long time. You should also suffer and you should also feel hurt. But if I have made a mistake, I know you may have been hurt, but please forgive me. So this is generally our mindset. We want forgiveness for ourselves and justice for others. But we will see Srimad Bhagavatam, most of the devotees there, they want justice for themselves. And they are ready to forgive others. That is a real devotee. When we are seeking forgiveness for ourselves and thinking that they should get justice, we are not really a devotee. We are like a materialist person who is thinking, sab acha mere saath ho, sab bura baki logon ke saath ho. Everything good should happen with me and all the bad things should happen with others. So, we will just start with this first activity, that what are some of the reasons why we don't want to seek forgiveness? Even when we have made mistake, we are very reluctant to actually seek forgiveness. Right? How many of you, okay, everyone raised your hand that how many of you have made mistakes, right? Now imagine that one whole week. Raise your hand if you have sought forgiveness from anyone in last 1 week. I can raise my hand. I have just done it earlier. Right? Very few, right? So why are we reluctant to seek forgiveness? I want someone to write it here. Who has this beautiful handwriting? Someone was volunteering Venkat Prabhu, but he is doing some other service. Okay, Vidhi Mataji, please come. Where is the pen, Prabhu? Oh, here, there, Mataji. Okay, false ego behind. Yeah. Just make 2 columns, Mataji. Yeah, because one other column I am going to use for something else. Just write on this side. So first one is because of false ego. Someone said. Okay, what are some of the other reasons why we are not ready to seek forgiveness? Yes, Vinay Prabhu? I am always right, of course. Vinay Prabhu is there, no? What else? Yes, bro. Why should I? Actually, yeah, this is a very common scenario. We think that actually the mistake was not only mine. Why did she not pack that Shrikhand properly? That's very risky now. Right? The mistake is on both sides. Why should I ask for forgiveness? Right? Mistake is on both sides. So, why should I ask for forgiveness? What else? There are many reasons. Yes, ma'am. We want to defend, but that is like that. That I'm right. Yeah, I'm not that wrong. It's not a big deal. Why should it's such a small mistake? Why somebody is overreacting? Right? Yeah, Vinay Prabhu. That is somebody else's karma that I have hurt you. Prabhu, the drama hasn't started yet. Drama ke time aayega, Prabhu. What else? What are some of the other reasons why we are not seeking? See, you all have experience because you all raised hand that you make mistakes almost every day, but hardly 2 or 3 devotees raised their hand for asking for forgiveness. So the remaining devotees, why did you not seek forgiveness? Yes, Mataji. Yeah, I am already a senior. Why I should ask forgiveness from somebody junior? Yeah, very good point. I don't even know that I have made a mistake. Somebody else was raising a hand. Yeah, Ramon Prabhu. So that's, so you know the mistake, but it was not intentionally done. Yeah, it was not intentional. Who? Yes, Mataji. Yeah, it's very similar to what Mataji said, that I'm senior or I'm superior. I'm superior than other. If I ask for forgiveness, I will become smaller. Yes, that's right. Anything else? Yeah, that was already to whom? Like the other person, we are taking for granted. So we are actually not valuing that relationship. Not valuing relationship. We are saying that okay, chalta hai. There is no relationship where you don't have to ask forgiveness, Prabhu. Very close relationship. Okay. Yes, Vinay Prabhu. Tit for tat. Tit for tat. It must be so difficult for Homa Mataji, I can understand, bro. To me, yeah. This is your opportunity, Prabhu. Her parents are there. So it is 4 against 1. Correct, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu, for this 3 days, you can speak as much as possible, Prabhu. Yeah. Okay, any more? Any more reasons? Okay, let's come back. Yes, Shakti Mataji. Yeah, we feel ashamed, embarrassed. Anything else? Yes, bro. Is that tit for tat? Yeah, I think it is covered. I think there are good number of reasons that why we don't seek for forgiveness. Right? Okay, you can say. Oh, actually, you can be here in 2 minutes. There are also reasons. For example, sometimes you do only a mistake A, but other people are blaming you for B. So you are thinking, अरे मैंने तो सिर्फ A किया था. You are talking about B now. See, I am not going to ask for forgiveness, because if I ask, then you will think that, oh, I have done B. One other important scenario is, actually, you were doing some good work and most of the people were happy with it. But while you were doing that service, 1 or 2 devotees got offended. Everyone else is happy, 1 or 2 devotees got offended. So you are thinking, अरे सब लोग तो खुश है. Mostly everyone is happy. If this 1 or 2 people are not happy, it is their problem. See, most of the people are happy, right? That means I was right. But while doing your service, maybe you actually did something or you said something which made someone unhappy. You still have to seek forgiveness from them, but we don't do it. So there are many such scenarios that we go through, and that is why we don't ask for forgiveness. Sometimes we don't know how even to ask for forgiveness, don't know how to do it. Isn't it? Even if suppose something big has happened and we are supposed to now ask for forgiveness, we don't know how to ask for forgiveness. Sometimes are we not very fearful as well to ask for forgiveness? Because we may be thinking, अरे already मैंने कुछ तो गफला किया है, some wrong I have done. This person is very angry now. If I go for asking forgiveness now, he will trample me. Isn't it? That fear is there in our heart. So the fear is the children are fearful or parents are fearful? Oh, yes, children. So there are many reasons like this. Yes. Yeah, yeah. See, suppose the fear is there that if you suppose you go to someone and say, Prabhu, I'm really, really sorry. And other person says, aa gaya abhi. At that time, when you're doing all of that, at that time you did not remember. Now, just like a politician, you are coming and just say sorry. Is it not as simple as that? Now go get lost. If someone does like that, then already you have accumulated all the courage that you had. You have been to that humble position to go and seek forgiveness, and somebody is just dismissing you, and that actually is so heart shattering that already I was actually down, and you have pushed me down further, and it is so difficult then to come back up. And then the desire to seek forgiveness is completely lost from anyone else as well, right? So we will actually cover almost all these scenarios to see how we can deal with all these scenarios. Now let's go to the other side. Even if someone is seeking forgiveness, what are some of the reasons why we don't want to forgive? Has that happened? That someone is seeking forgiveness, but we are not ready to forgive them easily. Why is that? Yeah, repeated, Mataji. They are not genuine. Not genuine. Apologies. You don't think that the apology is genuine. Huge. So something big has happened. So your irreparable damage is there. Yeah. Irreparable damage, Mataji. What else? Yeah, because there were repeatedly, I think repeated was they mentioned already. Yeah. Yes, sir. Enmity. And envious, we become envious as well of the other person, and enmity gets created in our heart. What else? So they don't show any remorse, or no? The steps to um, uh, amend that situation is not given. So what is the right word? So the steps to rectification steps are not there. Anything else? Mataji? Prabhu, that's the reason, okay? You are too hurt. Right? Yeah, it is similar, but we are feeling hurt. There is our heart is actually hurt. So it is difficult for us to forgive anyone at that point in time. Anything else? The anger is there sometimes, isn't it? Lot of anger is there. So because of anger as well, we are not ready to forgive, because when we are angry, our mind is not actually working properly. It is not is able to think rationally, logically. Krishna has said in Bhagavad Gita, right, in the second chapter. So that all is happening in our mind, and that is why we are not able to think rationally. So when we are angry, we are not able to forgive. What else? Yes, Mataji. Lack of spiritual knowledge. Uh, yeah, selfish. Jaya Mataji. So is that hurt? Yeah, same. Yeah, selfish. So repeated. Was that repeated there? Yeah. So something similar. Yeah, but good point. Good point, Prabhuji. Good point. Removing the guilt from the other person. So we are actually cherishing that. Okay, I am feeling hurt. I will not forgive you, so that you will also feel hurt, so that hisab barabar. Right? Cumulative effect. Okay. Cumulative hurt. Correct, correct. False ego is also applicable. So we want to remain in control. Okay, I think there are enough reasons. Right? That, yes, thank you, Mataji. So we can see that we all make mistakes. When we make mistakes, we are expecting forgiveness. But when somebody else is asking for forgiveness and they have made a mistake, we have so many reasons why not to forgive. And even when we have done mistakes, we still don't seek forgiveness. And there are so many reasons that we have listed down here. By the end of this seminar, looking at Srimad Bhagavatam, various different case studies, we will see step-by-step process of seeking forgiveness. Also, we will create that model how we can ask for forgiveness. And when somebody else is asking for forgiveness, we will also see from various different scenarios in Srimad Bhagavatam, what are some of the ways that we can actually change our mindset and remove these obstacles from forgiving others so that we are able to forgive them. And even in Srimad Bhagavatam, there are so many different scenarios which are coming, and we will come to them very soon. And even if the situations are different, we will see one important thing, that when the devotees are asking for forgiveness, there is a common theme, common model, underlying structure of their seeking forgiveness and forgiving is very similar. And that is why we are going to actually gather those important points and then I'm going to share with you. And hopefully, when we are going on Sunday from here, I hope all these obstacles are gone. If somebody makes a mistake and they are seeking forgiveness, you will be able to forgive them easily. And if you have made a mistake, even if you don't know, you will be able to find out. We are going to see how you can find out that you have made a mistake. And the second one is, once you have found out, you will be able to seek forgiveness properly. Okay? Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, that's right. But that is not a genuine, I wouldn't say that that's a genuine and specific apology that you are offering. Genuine and specific apology, say suppose Sitaramaya Prabhuji has offended Omkar Prabhu somehow or the other. And in the room you say, Vancha kalpadurubhyascha kripa sindubhya patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Do you think Omkar Prabhuji is going to forgive you? Just because of that? Now I'm going to tell you, Prabhuji, how to find out. Don't worry. Okay? Even if you don't know, we will find out how to do. In general, that particular Vaishnava Pranam we are doing is not for seeking such forgiveness or like that. It is mainly to offer our respects to all the Vaishnavas who are like desire trees, and they are fulfilling our desires even without asking many times. And even if we actually seek forgiveness, they will easily forgive us. So that we should not be using, thinking that, okay, I'll keep doing offenses anyway, every day I will just seek one Vaishnava Pranam and that will nullify everything. No. If you have offended a Vaishnava, then you have to specifically ask from forgiveness from that person. Okay? Yes, Mother. Yeah, how to find out? Yeah, okay. I will give you. Okay, so let us look at some quotes. That's a very good question. I'm going to actually tell you a formula which mistake should be forgiven and which should not be forgiven. Isn't that interesting? And this comes from scriptures. I'm not going to make it up. It is mentioned in Mahabharata, but it is not going to be covered today. It is going to be covered tomorrow. Okay? I'm thinking that I'm not even starting my seminar today. 1 hour has already passed. So hold on. We are going to cover so many things, and many of these questions will be answered. So, and we will keep lot of time for question and answers. There are time in between as well, tomorrow and day after tomorrow. So we can also take some questions there. If any individual questions are there, if I don't get any time here, we can answer them individually. Okay. So let us look at some quotes related to forgiveness. Can someone read loudly?
Forgiveness frees you from being locked in a prison of your own making, in which you are both prisoner and jailer.
What is the duty of a jailer? To lock someone, right? That the prisoner should not come out. But here you are the prisoner and you are the jailer. That means so what is the meaning of this? What is the idea? What is this quote is telling us? Correct. So forgiveness, like resentment that is there, somebody has hurt us, the resentment, the envy, the anger that is there, it is in our hand to come out of it. It is in our hand to actually open the jail and come out and become free. But we lock ourselves in and we say, "Nahi, I don't want to go out." We are enjoying that inside. But it is easy for us to actually just come out and become free. And we will see how. It is just these quotes I am talking about. So, the second one, somebody wants to read? Vinay Prabhu? So, it is simple, right? So, if you want to hurt someone, that means you have some hatred inside. And if you want to give others suffering, that means you should also be suffering already. It is not possible that you are happy and you are giving suffering to others. Whatever is there inside is going to come out. A mango cannot give orange juice. A mango, when it is squeezed, what you get is mango juice. So if someone is squeezing you and suffering is coming out, what is going to be there inside? Happiness? No, suffering. So only when you have suffering, suffering is going to be given out. So this is what is important. So if hatred is like a burning coal, you want to take that coal and throw on to someone else. Be very careful. Bro, we did not actually take care of the wires. Maybe after the seminar we should do this. So if you are holding some burning coal, then okay, when you are throwing on to someone else, it is going to hurt them. But you are holding it longer. You are going to get burnt more. So it is in actually our own benefit that we forgive others as soon as possible. It is beneficial for them as well, but actually it is beneficial more to you that you forgive others quickly. Next one. Yeah, Sudharma Mataji, you had raised your. Isn't that amazing thought? That being offended, being like someone has made other person has made a mistake towards you, and you are now offended, and you are hurt, you are angry, and it is like drinking poison yourself and thinking that this other person who has made a mistake will die. No, you are actually going to get hurt more. You are going to die because of that. So it is in our own benefit to forgive quickly, as soon as possible. Last one. Someone? Yes, bro. Shivas Pandit, bro. So it's a Chinese proverb that a man who chooses revenge must dig 2 graves. What does it mean? The other person he is actually killing, but that is also means he is also getting implicated in that karma, and he also has to suffer. So that means 2 graves, one for the other, one for yourself. So it is also damaging to others, it is damaging to us. So it is requested, it is said that get it out of your system as soon as possible. This hatred, the hurt that you have, envy you have, all of that, even if it comes, please take it out as soon as possible. Right? Now, can you, because we said that we are going to take Srimad Bhagavatam, various different scenarios, can you, like many of you have read Srimad Bhagavatam, I hope, or at least have heard about some various different pastimes from Srimad Bhagavatam. Can you mention some of these scenarios where someone has made mistakes? Indra? Multiple times, isn't it? Brahma has made mistakes, which were Brahma Vimohan Leela, he has done. Shatrajit, he has said to Krishna that Krishna has stolen the jewel. And Durvasa Muni, he has offended Ambarish Maharaj. Pruthu Maharaj, what kind of mistake he did? Was that a mistake? No, that was Indra's mistake that he was stealing the horse. It was not Pruthvi Maharaj's mistake that he was doing 100 sacrifice. It was not killing, cut the trees, that was Prachetas. When the Prachetas came out of their meditation, then they saw that the earth was completely full with trees. There was no place remaining for humans. And they were so angry just from their eyes. They took out this fire and they were burning everything. Then suddenly Brahma came. They said, okay, calm down, calm down. Yes, Prachetas is there. Parikshit Maharaj, yes. The original mistake because of which Srimad Bhagavatam started. A small mistake, but a mistake in reality. Yeah, Prabhuji? Vinay Prabhu? When? Yeah. So Dhruva Maharaj, when he's trying to kill all the yakshas, when his brother was killed, Uttama, by one yaksha, and Dhruva Maharaj was so angry, he said that, okay, I'll finish all yakshas. So he attacked everyone and he was almost going to kill everyone, all yakshas. One person killed his brother, but he was going to kill the entire yaksha race. Nalakuvar and Manikruva, we have discussed that pastime so many times. Damodar Leela, where we have seen that he has offended whom? Narad Muni. And he did not acknowledge. Chitraketu Maharaj, what did Chitraketu Maharaj what mistake he did? Very good, very good. So Chitraketu Maharaj, now he is the king of the Vidyadhar planet, and we are going to actually talk about that pastime little bit in more detail. So he saw Lord Shiva and Parvati sitting together amongst Vaishnavas. So he offended. Okay. Jai Vijay, of course, Jai Vijay pastime also we are going to see little bit in more detail, and there what problem? What mistake? Is that a mistake? No, we are talking about the cases where someone has done mistakes. So Ashwathama, we can say that Ashwathama has done a mistake. Yeah, Mukesh Prabhu, you are raising your hand. Shishupal, so many times that he was offending Lord Shri Krishna. Isn't it? Any others? Hiranyakashipu, of course. Yes, Homa Mataji. Kamsa, yes, Kamsa as well. Homa Mataji. All the snakes, because Takshak has offended or killed Parikshit Maharaj. So Parikshit's son, Janmejay, he wants to do yagya and kill everyone, all the snakes. And if Indra was actually protecting Takshaka, I'll get Indra as well in the yagya and kill him as well. So then he was requested, just calm down, calm down. Yes, Shaktiman. Daksha, what did he do? Lord Shiva he offended. What did he get out of it? A goat's head. Lord Shiva is very cool. Afterwards, when Brahmaji comes to pacify and to mediate, he says, no, I'm fine. He just did some mistake. I just cut his head and I have to give him a goat head. That's it. That's okay. Now I'm fine. Isn't it? But yes, Daksha has offended. Any others? Not able to save, yes. He was not able to protect, that's right. So there are so many situations. Yes, I know there are many other situations. In fact, I am going to mention that Srimad Bhagavatam is a book where these different kinds of personalities comes and makes mistakes. But Srimad Bhagavatam is a book not of mistakes. Srimad Bhagavatam is a book which teaches us how to rise above those mistakes. And because, as we have raised our hand earlier that we all make mistakes, this book is for every one of us to explain to us that all these mistakes that we keep doing every day, and they may be small mistakes in different contexts, but that's why Srimad Bhagavatam is talking about so many different mistakes done in so many different contexts, so that we can actually take some learnings from that. That how this person or how this devotee made a mistake, how did he seek forgiveness? Or how did he actually respond to some curses that he received, or some response or some repercussions that he has received? How did he respond to this? And you remember the last retreat that we did? What was the topic of the last retreat? Anyone remembers? Of course, it is Kali Yuga. No, just last one. How to turn obstacles into opportunities. So, there are so many situations which are there in Srimad Bhagavatam where people are making mistakes, but how do they come out of them? And when they come out of those mistakes, you would see that these devotees become even more glorious. Look at Parikshit Maharaj. He made a small mistake, but when he came out of it, we got Srimad Bhagavatam. He got self-realized. Of course, he was self-realized, but he is able to immediately give up his kingdom and then come to the stage where he is hearing Krishna Katha from Shukadeva Goswami. Right? So, this is Srimad Bhagavatam for all of us. And we have to actually learn from their recovery in different situations. And we can see that the recoveries happen at different times. Jada Bharata's case that Bharat Maharaj we did not mention as the person who makes mistake. So, he made a mistake. But his recovery took how many lifetimes? 2 lifetimes. 2 extra lifetimes he had to take. Then Jai Vijay made mistake. How many lifetimes they take? 3 lifetimes. When Parikshit Maharaj made mistake, how much time did it take for him? Not even 7 days. Instantly he understood. He walked away, and while going back to his palace, he realized his mistake and he already started remorse. The remorse started. Very quickly he understood that I have made a mistake, and he immediately recovered from it. And there are situations like that some people take little time for recovery, some people are taking longer time for recovery. So today, in whatever remaining time, 50 minutes that we have, I am actually going to talk about Lord Krishna's example of how he forgives. This is very important because Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? I was mentioning to Geeta Priya earlier. Geeta Priya, you remember our lesson? Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. No? She doesn't remember. No, absolutely not. Please forgive me, Geeta Priya. So, what was I saying? Krishna's example, how he forgives. And this is mainly as an inspiration to all of us. That Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is our worshipable Lord. And how he treats when we make mistakes. How he treats us. So that will actually give us some inspiration to decide that how we should behave as his representatives, as his devotees. Right? So this is what we are going to look at today in the remaining 50 minutes. Alright, I may have to move faster. So this is the part 1 now starting, which is Lord Krishna's example of forgiveness. So, let us look at this verse, which is very famous verse from chapter 9, verse number 30. Api chet suduracharo bhajate mam ananya bhag साधुरेव समन्तव्य सम्यग् व्यवसितो हि सः. Someone can read the translation. Yes, Jai Mataji. So what the Lord is saying, even if, this is Lord Krishna is saying, even if someone commits the most abominable action, he is not saying someone is doing some minor mistake. He is saying even if someone does most abominable action, most worst action that he does, but if he is engaged in his devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination. So he is not losing anything. Krishna is ready to forgive everything. As long as we are engaged, our intention is to remain focused. Our determination is there that I want to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna is able to forgive it. Of course, it is not that you purposely make mistake and then say that I am Krishna's devotee, so Krishna will forgive me. No. If it is by incidentally it happened, then Krishna will forgive it even if it is like a fall down which is most abominable. Let's read just the part of the purport, which is just the first paragraph of the purport we are going to read. Someone who can read this properly? Yeah, Santosh Bro.
Besides this, the living entity who is conscious of his spiritual nature and is engaged in Krishna consciousness or the devotional service of the Lord as activities which are called transcendental. Such activities are performed in this non-spiritual condition and they are technically called devotional service. Now, in the conditioned state, sometimes devotional service and the conditional service in relation to the body will parallel one another. But then again, sometimes these activities become opposed to one another. As far as I know, a devotee is very cautious so that he does not do anything that could disrupt his total condition.
Yeah, there is one more slide. The first paragraph is big. Someone else can read? Yes, bro.
He knows that perfection in his activities depends on his progressive realization of his performance. Sometimes, however, it may be seen that a person commits some act which may be taken as most abominable to him or politically. But such a temporary fall down does not disqualify him. In the famous Bhagavatam, it is stated that if a person falls down but is wholeheartedly engaged in the transcendental journey of the Supreme Lord, the Lord, being situated within his heart, purifies him and excuses him from his abomination. the material contamination is so strong that even a yogi who be engaged in the service of the Lord sometimes becomes ensnared. But Krishna consciousness is so strong that such an occasional fall down is not at once rectified. Therefore, the process of devotional service is always effective. No one should divide a devotee from some accidental fall down from the ideal path. For, as explained in the next verse, such occasional fall downs will be stopped in due course as soon as a devotee is completely situated in Krishna consciousness.
So what is Lord trying to tell us here? And what Srila Prabhupada is mentioning here? What are the problems? What are the reasons of our fall down? Material conditioning. Yeah. Srila Prabhupada is mentioning clearly and very beautifully, Srila Prabhupada has explained here why we fall down. Because we have parallel lives. We are not fully Krishna conscious. We are not living a wholesome life. Srila Prabhupada uses this word. We are not in wholesome condition. Why? Because we have two lives. One is this material life, and then there is some little bit of spiritual life. When we integrate this material life and spiritual life properly, then at that time it is properly wholesome condition that we have. But sometimes this material life and the spiritual life will go against each other. And at that time we will fall down. We will not understand what to do, what not to do. So our material conditioning, for example, if you are in lot of mode of passion. Simple example. Say suppose you are in office, you have a position of a manager. And the manager comes under which mode? Passion. Because they are administrators. So mode of passion is required for getting the administration done properly. But administration also requires a lot of control. And administration has a little bit less humility. Right? When you are covering that administrator role, you have to actually order people that you have to do like this, that, and whatever. If somebody is doing mistakes, you have to give some corrections and like that. Now with the same mode of passion, now you are coming and doing and some service in the devotee community. What is going to happen? Yeah, you are easily going to offend other devotees around us because we want to become a boss and we are just passing on the instruction. Hey, do this, do that. Arey, what are you doing? This and that. And of course, that same passion which we were continuing in the office for 8 hours, afterwards we come and do some service. It is just continuing, and then that clashes with our devotional life, and that creates problem in our devotional life, because then we start offending the people around us. So this is not a wholesome condition, and we have to avoid this kind of situation. So not being in wholesome condition leads to our fall down. So that is what Srila Prabhupada has said. Now we look at this verse most of the time from our own perspective. We say that I am a devotee, and Krishna has said, no matter how big fall down I go through, Krishna has said, don't worry, I'll protect you. Right? But if you actually look at it from Krishna's perspective now, today, because we are looking at Krishna's character and how he is so he is able to forgive any problems or anything that we do. So, looking from Krishna's perspective now, you can see that how wonderful that is. You imagine, we were talking about, we had so many reasons here, right? That if somebody is actually created some small mistake as well against us, we had a long list that why we should not forgive. And Krishna is saying that even if someone has done the most abominable thing, I will still forgive that person. And let us look at this next verse, which is 31, 9.31. Kshipram bhavati dharmatma shashvachanti nigacchati kaunteha pratijanihi name bhaktah pranashrati. The translation: he quickly becomes righteous and attains lasting peace. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. So Krishna is saying that he quickly becomes righteous. Even if he has made some mistake, he is quickly becoming righteous and he attains lasting peace. But not only that, Krishna is saying to Arjuna that, O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is explaining this conversation, the inner conversation between Krishna and Arjuna. So Krishna has said that my devotee, even if they make some mistake, I forgive them. There is no problem. They are still called sadhus. And then Arjuna is saying that, but if the person is making repeated mistakes like this, is not learning, then what about that? And Krishna becomes little bit agitated, little bit angry. And Krishna says that Shikpram bhavati dharmatma. Don't worry. Immediately, very, very soon, this person is going to become righteous. And he is going to come back to normal. But then Arjuna still is having doubt. He is saying that, but what about these other people? They will be looking at this devotee who is making repeated mistakes, and they will say that what is the point? Like the materialists also make mistakes, and you people who are actually following some spiritual practices, and you are also making mistakes. So what is the point of doing this process, following this bhakti process that you are doing? And Krishna becomes even more angrier. Krishna says that go to the assembly of such people who are blaspheming my devotees and raise your hands like this and say that my devotee never perishes. So Krishna is making this statement very boldly, and he is saying that my devotee are actually protected by me as long as is there, as long as their determination in devotional service, their intention is proper. Their determination is there in devotional service. Their intention is proper. Even if their actions sometimes are not proper, I will still forgive them. This is very wonderful. That what Krishna is saying, that if someone has good intention, but his action is not proper, what will Krishna do? He will take their intention and forgive the action. This is very, very important. That even if someone is making a mistake, the action is wrong, but the intention was good. Krishna is saying, fine, I will just ignore the action. Action was bad, right? I will ignore the action. But the intention of my devotee was so good. So I will just take the intention. Are there any situations in Srimad Bhagavatam like that? That someone had good intention, but the action was not that good. Chitraketu, was that the case? His intention was good, correct. His intention was what? No, his intention was that other people will misunderstand such an exalted devotee like Lord Shiva. Now I'll just quickly mention, because some of you may not be knowing what was the situation. So Chitraketu is an exalted devotee. He was a king. He was the original Crorepati, by the way. Do you know why? He had 1 crore wives. Seriously. He had 1 crore wives. Because he actually did one marriage, but he did not have children. So he did another, did not have children. He did 100, did not have children. 1,000, no children. 1 lakh, no children. Finally 1 crore, no children. So finally he did a yagya, and then because of that yagya, his primary wife, which was Kritadyuti, she had a son, which was called as Harshashoka. And afterwards, Harshashoka was, because everyone, all the other 1 crore minus 1 wives were unhappy, that Chitraketu was just focusing or giving attention, all the attention to Kritadyuti and Harshashoka, and we are getting neglected. So they thought, what is the jad of my problem? This Harshashoka. This son is there for this queen, and because of this, all of us are getting neglected. Okay, let's remove this problem from the root. So they kill Harshashoka. They poison Harshashoka, and Harshashoka gets killed. Then, of course, the story goes on. Harshashoka is brought to life by again the sages who come for some time, and the child who is reborn now like this, he is giving some knowledge to Chitraketu. He's saying that so many births I have taken, so many parents I had, and why are you actually being attached, and all of that. Finally, Harshashoka gets realized, and Chitraketu gets realized, and Chitraketu decides to do a worship of Lord Shankarshana. And he does only the tapasharya for 7 days, and Lord Shankarshana gets pleased with him and gives him darshan. Imagine such an exalted devotee. How many of you, like how many days and years we are following this process? More than 7 days, right? In 7 days, Chitraketu got the darshan of the Lord. So it's such an exalted devotee. And after he's got the darshan, now he has become the king of all the Vidyadhar planets. So one day, he was going on his plane, of his Vidyadhar planet plane. He is going around, and he comes to Kailash, where Lord Shiva is sitting amongst the assembly of Vaishnavas. Like Narad Muni is there, some 4 Kumaras are there, some other rishis and many exalted saintly people are there. But what he sees, that Parvati is sitting on the lap of Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva has embraced her. And then I like that he is giving a discourse, he is giving a lecture to all these devotees sitting in front of him. And Chitraketu actually looks at it and he smiles. And he says that, what is this? That Lord Shiva is such a detached person, but he is actually even like the ordinary people will embrace their wife only in seclusion. Right? And such an exalted devotee, he is doing it in front of all these other Vaishnavas. And when Parvati hears this, Parvati becomes very angry. Parvati says, Parvati is thinking that Narad Muni is sitting here, 4 Kumaras are sitting here, Brahma is sitting here, they don't have any problem. Who are you? Are you more senior than them? Are you thinking that you know better than them? And why are you actually, what is your position that you are giving some correction to Lord Shiva? You are acting like a demon, so I curse you that you become a demon. Right? But Chitraketu's intention was that all these great Vaishnavas, they understand Lord Shiva's detachment, and they are not worried about what, like his activity or whatever. But the ordinary person will not understand. They will say that, oh, Lord Shiva is attached. Lord Shiva is doing this wrong activity. So that is why he is thinking from his heart that his intention is right. That he should not, Lord Shiva he wants to protect. His reputation he wants to protect. But his action is not right. As Mother Parvati is saying, Mother Parvati is right. If anyone was supposed to correct Lord Shiva, there are so many other exalted Vaishnavas who are sitting there who are much senior than Chitraketu. So it was not Chitraketu's position to smile at Lord Shiva and give this correction to Lord Shiva. So the action was wrong. Intention was right, but the action was certainly wrong. Of course, that story is wonderful, and we are going to continue that story further afterwards in the later part of the seminar. But at least understand here that this was the intention, but the action was wrong. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Yeah, Lord Shiva is Avadhuta. Avadhuta means like Lord Nityananda. Lord Nityananda is also Avadhuta. It is very difficult to understand the activities of such devotees. For example, who can understand that why Lord Shiva should, out of all the other places, he should go to the crematorium and put some ashes from this and put on all his entire body? What is the logic? It is so difficult to understand the activities or actions of such as exalted people. So that is why it is mentioned by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as well that Vaishnavera Kriya Mudra Bujhe na bujhaye. That Vaishnava's action and Kriya and Mudra, their activities and what is Mudra? Something. Yeah, it is very difficult to understand. And that is why we should not be actually try to imitate the activities of such exalted Vaishnavas. So it is only Lord Shiva would know. Lord Shiva, who can drink the ocean of poison and just keep it here, he is able to take his wife on his lap and embrace her and not get affected. But others who has lust and envy in their heart, it will be difficult for them to remain detached and remain fixed up if they try to imitate that situation. Okay, any other situations in Srimad Bhagavatam where someone's intention is good but the action is not that good? Putana's intention was bad. Yeah, it is the reverse. When I come to the next slide, you can give this example again. Correct. Jai Vijay is a right example. Jai Vijay is a right example that their intention was proper. That they are there to protect the gate, right? But their action, they did not recognize these 4 naked small children who are coming and walking without invitation and they are just about to go inside. They are just doing their duty. They stopped them. But of course 4 Kumaras were not happy. Okay, any other examples? Where the intention is good but the action was not proper. Bhishma Dev was fighting on the battlefield. And sometimes he was even injuring so-called injuries that he was giving to Krishna. But his intention was to give pleasure to Krishna in Veera Rasa. But action was not doing. Right? So there are so many other examples. For example, Vidura's wife, when Krishna came to her house, what was she doing? Banana peels to eat. And Krishna was eating banana peels. So action is good? No. But the intention was very devotional. She wanted to serve Krishna and she was so engrossed she could not even understand that she is feeding banana peels. Right? Then Sudama, who came, what was his action? What did he bring for Krishna? Some broken rice or something that he got, little bit. And the cloth in which he actually tied, that was also not very nice or whatever, right? But intention, very good. He did not have anything. That was the only thing that he had. That also he did not have it of his own. He actually borrowed it from someone. He traveled for long distance and he did not eat it. He came hungry. But whatever was little there, he actually brought it for Krishna to gift him. So his intention was very pure. So there are so many other examples like that as well. In Chaitanya Charitamrita as well, you remember this example where this old lady, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is in Jagannath Puri temple and he's near that Garuda Stamba. And he's actually looking at Lord Jagannath from there. And there is too much crowd there. And there is one old lady who comes and she wants to take darshan of Lord Jagannath and she's not able to see. What she does? She climbs, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is tall, she climbs on the back of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and her shoulders. On his shoulders. And from there she is looking at Jagannath. Now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a sannyasi. And his servants are saying, hey, what are you doing? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is thinking that, okay, the action is bad, But the intention is so amazing that she is so eager to take darshan of Lord Jagannath. He says, I wish. Of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu already had this desire, but he's, out of his humility, he's saying, I wish I had that much desire for taking the darshan of Lord Jagannath. So, the intention. So, when Lord Krishna sees the intention is nice, but the action is not that nice, he just forgives the action and accepts the intention. We have already discussed this, that the good intention is there of Jai Vijay. This is actually an amazing episode in Srimad Bhagavatam. Let's little bit talk about this further. So what is happening here? These 4 Kumaras have come. They have actually crossed 6 gates of Vaikuntha. 7th and the last gate which is there, on which Jai Vijay are standing. And Jai Vijay suddenly sees that these 4 young boys which are coming, they were not having any appointment with the Lord as well. And still they are just marching towards. They are not even seeking permission. They say, Arey, who are these children who are just marching? So they stop them. And 4 Kumaras are very angry. And I'm mentioning this past time in brief. They are angry and they're saying, you are looking at the body. You are looking at our bodies which are small and you are not recognizing. That is like mode of ignorance. So if you want to be in mode of ignorance, you become a demon. For multiple lives. So 3 lives. Now, the Lord inside the gate, the Lord is there, right? He is understanding what is happening outside. And as this curse is getting pronounced, Lord becomes very anxious. And he starts running. And the Garuda is actually coming. Wait, Lord. Please, wait. I will take you. But Lord is so anxious and he's thinking that I have already promised in Bhagavad Gita, Name Bhakta Pranashrati. And here from Vaikuntha, my devotees are getting Pranashrati. They are going to fall down. They are going to become demons for three lifetimes. I have already promised. Now my promise is getting broken. I must go quickly. And he's thinking that if I wait for Garuda, it will take me a lot of time. So he's just running. So it is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, when he comes at the gate, it is not mentioned in the picture, shown in the picture, but in Srimad Bhagavatam it says that when Lord comes at the gate, he actually keeps his hand on the shoulder of Garuda. And our Acharyas explains very wonderfully. See, Lord's sensitivity. Acharyas explain very wonderfully. Krishna is actually running so that he wants to save Jai Vijay. And he is very anxious in that situation. But at the same time, he doesn't want to create any problems with Garuda. Because he was running so fast, he hasn't accepted Garuda's service. And Garuda is coming from behind. And Garuda may be thinking that, oh, I was so useless that this service, the Lord did not even take my service. Does it happen like that? That you are actually trying to solve some problem with someone and by mistake, someone else gets offended. Isn't it? So this is the situation Lord Krishna is trying to avoid. So he's keeping his hand on Garuda's shoulder, saying that, you are still, tu mera hi aadmi hai. Don't worry. You are in my good terms. So Garuda is pacified. Now it is mentioned that the Lord comes bare feet. He doesn't even take time to put his chappals on. Why? Because he is thinking that these 4 Kumaras are so eager to see my lotus feet, that is why they are cursing my devotees. Let me go bare feet. As soon as they take darshan, they will be pacified and they will forgive my devotees. So that's why he comes bare feet. So of course, as you can see, these devotees, they are taking darshan of Lord's lotus feet and they become very happy. When the Lord comes outside, as soon as by then the curse has been pronounced and Jai Vijay, the Lord has come and Jai Vijay falls at the feet of Kumaras and the Lord as well, saying that we have made a mistake. Please forgive us. Immediately, They are not taking time or whatever, not complaining to the Lord that, "Arey, inka hi problem tha, but they have cursed me. You now take my side and you punish them." No, no, no. They are saying that we did not recognize them, we made a mistake, and we are actually bringing disrepute to you because they are Lord's servant, right? So they take the responsibility. Then, looking at Lord's behavior and Jai Vijay's behavior, 4 Kumaras are also remorseful. They also become ashamed of their activity. Why? That's because what Krishna tells them. You remember the discussion? You have recently, some of you are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, right? But this pastime has come and gone? Long ago. Oh, Kali Yuga memory. So very wonderful way that Krishna mentions. Krishna says that you are Brahmanas and you are such exalted devotees that I should actually take the dust of your lotus feet. And these servants of mine, they have made a mistake and I am their master, so I am responsible for their mistakes. And for their mistakes, even if you cut my 2 arms, I am very happy to do it. Very diplomatic. What Krishna is telling them, that this Jai and Vijay, they are my 2 arms. And what you have done now? You have cut my arms. And I am very happy with that. So he is telling in short to Kumaras, you really came to take darshan of mine, but what you have done is you have cut my 2 arms. And I am fine with it. So immediately 4 Kumaras, they are also devotees. They are thinking, oh my God, what I have done. I was supposed to actually come and serve the Lord, but here we are, that we have offended these 2 devotees and we have cursed them, and their Lord is considering them as their own arms. So they are very remorseful that, oh Lord, we have made a mistake. Please forgive us. And finally, Lord also takes the responsibility. He says that, no, don't worry. It is not your mistake. It is not your mistake. This is all my Leela. I have organized this. But what about the promise that Lord has given? Name bhakta pranashrati. The bhaktas are pranashrati, na? So, name bhakta pranashrati ka kya hua? Right. The Lord is saying, don't worry. You have been cursed to go down for 3 births. I will also come 3 times with you. When the devotee is fallen, when they go out of service or their remembrance of Krishna is gone, right? Krishna is saying, and Jai Vijay has also asked for it. When they are asking for forgiveness, they said that we have no problem that we become demons. But please, our remembrance of you should never go. Krishna says, okay, tathastu. I will come. You have been cursed to take the 3 births of demons. I will also come and appear 3 times just for you. And what will happen? You will be demon, but you will still remember me. And our acharyas explain that the remembrance that Hiranyakashipu did, Ravana did, or Shishupala did, that was even more than Jai and Vijay. They were remembering more intensely the Supreme Lord in the form of Narsimhadev, Lord Ramachandra and Lord Krishna. So even though it was not favorable, we don't consider that directly devotional service because it was not favorable, but still their remembrance of the Lord was more intense in the hatred, in their enmity towards Lord, it was there. So the Lord made sure that He came Himself to protect His devotees in all the 3 lives. So this is our Lord. That even if we make mistake, right, the Lord is ready to protect. And how He is protect? He is saying that I will come with you. Isn't it amazing? That He will come to protect us Himself. So that is what we can see. Amazing pastime. Now let's look at the opposite. I have only 15 minutes, so I'm going to go faster. What if the intention is bad but the action is good? We saw that when the action is bad but the intention was good, There, Krishna has said that I will forget the action and forgive it, and I will accept it. But what Krishna is saying now, if the intention is bad and action is good, Krishna is willing to ignore the intention and accept the action. तो कुछ तो दो. एक्शन खराब है, इंटेंशन अच्छा है, आई विल टेक इंटेंशन. इंटेंशन खराब है, एक्शन अच्छा है, आई विल टेक द एक्शन. So the example, wonderful example which Prabhuji mentioned is Putana. What was the intention? Kill Krishna. What was the action? Motherly. She wanted to feed the breast milk to baby Krishna. Krishna is saying, wow, look at her action. She wants to be my mother. Intention, okay, that's minor thing. She wants to kill me, that's okay. So, this verse itself, this comes in Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the 3rd canto, when Uddhava is explaining to Vidura. Aho bakiyam stanakalakutam jigham sayapaya yadapya sadhavi lebhe gatim dhatruchitam tatonyam kamva dayalum sharanam vrajema. So Uddhava is saying, alas, how shall I take shelter of one more merciful than he who granted the position of a mother to a she-demon Putana, although she was unfaithful and she prepared deadly poison to be sucked from her breast. So how is it possible to find more merciful than Lord Krishna? It's impossible. Even someone who was unfaithful, she was a sadhvi. It was not her intention at all to actually be the mother. Her intention was to kill the baby Krishna. But Krishna is not looking at that. Krishna is just saying, wow, this person wants to give me motherly love, and I will accept it. So she is the only demon who, when Krishna killed, got the benefit of going back to Goloka Vrindavan and become the nurse of the Supreme Lord Krishna there. Everyone else went to the impersonal Brahman, other places like that. But she was the only one who went to Goloka directly. Because her action was different. Action was good. Are there any other examples of where the action is good, but the intention was not that good? Aghasura. It is the example of both action and intention bad, Prabhu. That's coming next. Where his action is to actually take, so from the gopis perspective, no, we are talking out from Lord's perspective here. Very good. Ajamil is a right example. What is the example of Ajamil? That Ajamil is, what is the action? He is actually calling the words of, the name of Narayan. But, what is happening? So we have discussed this Putana's example. But Ajamil's example, what is happening? He is actually calling his son. So the intention is to call his son. But action is, because he is taking Lord Narayana's name, Krishna is saying, oh, someone is calling me. Okay, Vishnudutas, go. So Vishnudutas go there. And of course, Yamadutas are already there. They are saying that ye mera aadmi hai. No. Our Lord said that he is calling his name. No, he is fake. Yamadutas are saying he is fake. It was not your Lord he was calling. We know. He was calling his son. This is nothing doing. The Lord has said, we have to bring him. We are going to take. So when Yamadutas go to Yamaraj and they complain, saying that Vedo pranahito dharmo, the dharma is coming from the Vedas. Vedas are clearly saying that for any activity to be fulfilled completely and properly, what is required? Both action and intention are required. If you are doing some rituals at home, as per Vedic injunctions, the action has to be proper, intention also has to be proper to get the result. If any one of them is wrong, you will not get it. Look at him, Ajamil. His intention was wrong. But his action was just, he is calling Narayana name and they have taken it. So Yamaraj corrects them. He says, Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavad pranito. So dharma is, okay, you are saying it is coming from Vedas. But actually dharma is coming from the Supreme Lord Krishna himself. So if Krishna wants to take the action, he can take the action when the intention is wrong. If he wants to take the intention when the action is wrong, it is still right. Because dharmam tu sakshat bhagavad pranito. So that is our Supreme Lord. That when the action is wrong, intention is right, he will take intention. When intention is wrong, action is right, he will take action. And forgive the other one. Now obviously, so this Aho Bhakyam verse, Srila Prabhupada mentions this very wonderful line in the purport. The Lord accepts the least qualification of the living entity and awards him the highest reward. And that is the standard of his character. And we have to understand the standard of his character. We are his devotees, we are representatives of him. So, we have to also actually act in a way that we should be able to forgive almost all the offenses. Like everything that comes, just forgive easily. Because Lord is doing it. He is expecting from us. And this is also actually good from our perspective. In a way. For example, when we are chanting, our current chanting, what is the situation from the action and intention perspective? Tell me. No, the action is right. Isn't it? We are chanting Krishna's name, Hare Krishna Mahamantra we are chanting. That action is there. But the intention is there. Our consciousness is there in that chanting properly. No, consciousness is going everywhere. Isn't it? But that is a good action, Prabhuji. You are chanting 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Intention is not proper. But Krishna is saying, Are my devotee chanting. So even though we are chanting offensively or trying to actually improve from that offense, in those situations as well, Krishna gives us some result. All our material sufferings are taken away just by chanting like this. Of course, you don't get bhakti. For getting bhakti, you require intention as well. If you want to become a pure devotee, you want to go to the stage of bhava or prema, for that you require intention and action both. But even without the proper intention, without having proper consciousness, if you are chanting, you are still getting the benefit of chanting. Anyway, let's move on. There are so many things I can mention on this. What if both intention and actions are bad? What will the Supreme Lord do? अभी तो मतलब we were thinking कि एक तो ठीक था. At least one thing was right. And we were holding on to it. And Krishna was saying that, okay, at least something you have done right. I will accept it. What if now both are wrong? Yeah? Yes? Very good. You are actually going to the next step of examples. Indra, what is his intention? Kill Krishna and kill Vrajavasis. What is his action? Yeah, he is doing everything to try to kill them. Are there any other examples like that, where both intention and actions are bad? Yeah, Kamsa is there. Duryodhan is there. So many examples are there where the intentions and actions both are bad. Right? Lord Brahma as well. In Brahma Vimohan Leela, that is also the case of both intention and actions are bad. How are you feeling now, Prabhu? Okay. So if both the intention and action of a devotee are bad, Krishna forgives as soon as we seek forgiveness. As soon as you seek forgiveness, in other cases, you don't even have to seek forgiveness. Can you imagine this? Like the previous two scenarios where at least one of them was good and other was bad, you don't even have to ask for forgiveness. Krishna is by default forgiving you and taking something which was good. In this situation where both are bad, Krishna is immediately ready to forgive as soon as you seek forgiveness. And we saw the cases of Indra and Brahmaji as well. They did wrong activities with wrong intention, but as soon as they came and asked for forgiveness, these two examples, and of course Kalia's example as well, as soon as someone is asking for forgiveness in these situations, immediately Lord has forgiven them. Isn't it? Only in one scenario, the Lord doesn't forgive. What is that scenario? Yes. If there is a case that Lord doesn't forgive, is when someone offends his devotees. And what is the famous example for that? That's absolutely right. Ambarish Maharaj and Durvasa Muni. So Durvasa Muni is trying to kill Ambarish Maharaj. And he creates a fiery demon from his hair. And for what was the offense? From his perspective, Ambarish Maharaj has taken one sip of water to break his Ekadashi fast. It's not even breaking fast properly. But Durvasa Muni is thinking, how come you have eaten before me? Like, I am your guest. I am a saintly person. You are supposed to feed me and then you are supposed to eat. And how come, like, you are showing off yourself as a great Vaishnava and you are not even following a basic etiquette? I have to kill you to punish you. Can you imagine this? Someone is killing you for drinking one drop of water. It is not even stolen from you. It is my own water that I am drinking. And Durvasa Muni is immediately want to kill Ambarish Maharaj. Ambarish Maharaj does not even move for 1 millimeter. He stands there. Because he is thinking that, okay, if that is what the Lord wants from me, I will accept this. But someone else got offended. Who was that? Sudarshan Chakra. Sudarshan Chakra immediately appears. Ambarish Maharaj is not praying in his heart. He is showing calmness in front. And in the heart he is saying, Arey Lord, kuch to karo, abhi ye to main marne wala hu. No. He is just ready to accept his death. But Sudarshan Chakra is not ready. Sudarshan Chakra immediately comes and starts chasing Durvasa Muni. And what Durvasa Muni is doing? He is going everywhere and trying to make his case. This is what happens in for ourselves as well. Like, something is happening, we have made a mistake, we know that we are wrong, but we go and talk to other devotees. Prabhuji, what happened, Omkar Prabhu, actually this Sudhanva Prabhu did this to me, he was actually wrong. Actually, I made little bit mistake, but he overreacted, Prabhu. And he made so much big problem. Is that right, Prabhu? So we are trying to gain sympathy. We are trying to create some backing for us. And Prabhu, other people will say, hey Prabhu, you are such a great, wonderful Vaishnava. Don't worry, Prabhu. You are right. He is wrong. But in heart we know that I have made some mistake. That is why I am going from door to door. Then after Omkar Prabhu, I will go, oh Surananda Prabhu, do you know what happened? This happened, Prabhu. And see, how is this Sudhanva Prabhu, how he does this na Prabhu? I don't know. This happened to you as well na Prabhu earlier? You were mentioning to me, Prabhu, earlier, you remember? Oh, 6 o'clock already. I always do this, Prabhu. Please forgive me. Arang Manjari is not here yet. Great. So, we are actually going door to door to gain sympathy when we already know that we are wrong. We are trying to create a case. We are trying to create a backing. We are trying to create some a faction for us to support, knowing that we are wrong. But of course, Durvasa Muni doesn't get any backers for him. And finally, Lord also is not ready to back him up. Finally, he says that go back to Ambarish Maharaj and seek forgiveness from him. And of course, he forgives immediately. And he prays to Sudarshan Chakra. He says that if I have done any devotional service, then please use all the credits of my devotional service to forgive Durvasa Muni. Because Ambarish Maharaj is embarrassed that, oh, this Durvasa Muni is such a great sage. He is the sadhu. He is from his perspective, he is thinking he is the spiritual master of the entire world. Sadhus are supposed to be, sannyasis are supposed to be the spiritual master of entire world. And such a person is actually begging forgiveness at my feet. So he is so embarrassed. He is thinking that, okay, Sudarshan Chakra, please forgive him as soon as possible. Anyway, so this is the only situation where the Lord doesn't forgive. But what does he do? Even though he doesn't forgive himself, he still helps us. How? He directs us to the offender, directs the offender to his devotee to seek forgiveness from him. So just to summarize, there are these 4 situations that we talked about just to understand and get the inspiration of Lord Krishna's character. We saw that when the intention of a devotee is good, but the action is bad, the Lord takes the intention, forgives the action. When the action is good, but the intention is bad, the Lord actually accepts the action, forgives the intention. And in these cases, He does not even wait for we seeking forgiveness from Him. He by default accepts the good that is there and forgives the bad. When both are bad, He forgives immediately. As soon as we seek forgiveness, He immediately forgives. And only when the offense is towards the devotee, He is not forgiving directly, but in that case as well, He is helping us by directing us to go and seek forgiveness from His devotee. So this is such an example, such a wonderful example. And this is the Lord that we are worshipping. And Lord is expecting the similar kind of behavior from us. So we need to actually understand that if this is the character of our master and we are His servant, we are trying to actually develop these characteristics that Krishna is wanting from us. In Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam as well, everywhere Krishna is actually asking us to develop forgiveness. And He is showing by His own example how to forgive. If we do not develop this quality, will Krishna be happy with us? If we keep giving these reasons, if we do not seek forgiveness, and even if someone is seeking forgiveness, if we keep giving these reasons, saying that why I cannot forgive, then will Krishna be happy? Whatever obstacles that we have, when we die, and suppose Yamadutas come to take us, can we actually reason with Yamadutas? Can we actually mention, oh, actually it was not my problem. I had this envy and hatred in my heart, but he started it. I told you, na Surananda Prabhu and Omkar Prabhu, you agreed, na Prabhu. He started it, na Prabhu. He started it. No. Yamaduta will say, tough luck, dude. Come with us. Your next body is ready. There is no reason that Yamadutas are taking from you. So whatever purification that you want to do, you have to do it now. And Krishna is setting a right example in front of all of us. And we have to learn from it. And the next 2 sessions which are remaining, we will see the tomorrow's morning session, we will see how to seek forgiveness. Now we want to follow on the path which Lord Krishna has shown to us. So tomorrow we are going to see how to seek forgiveness. And day after tomorrow, like Sunday session, morning session, we are going to see how to actually give forgiveness if someone is seeking forgiveness from us. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.